Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you wanna know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Good morning, Miami Dolphin fans, and a big victory Monday to all. The Dolphins took care of business yesterday. They did what they had to do. They went up and took care of business right here at Right Rock Stadium, 30-0. Gave them the goose egg. Now it's time to get down to business. The last 3 weeks are not going to be no cupcakes. It's time to bring the best of Miami Dolphins and we're see what we're made of. This is a good victory Monday. Mozart breaking team records. Keep on winning. Look like we're going to be brought in by Justin's going to be joining us there in a minute. Look, but anyway, Justin, we got you in the background, so kind of like that before he's ready. But guys, give me a thumbs up if you guys are happy with our Miami Dolphins yesterday. I was at the game with my two sons. It was a lot of fun. It was my oldest son's first game this year because he goes to University of Florida. So he finally got to see what my other son and I got to watch all year. The Dolphins kicking butt when we're at the stadium. Okay, I sound yeah, I have a feeling I'm in a new spot and my regular phone is not working. So we're gonna have to Justin, can you talk for a minute?
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah. I don't know, but do I have an echo or something?
What's that?
How does my sound? How does my sound sound? How's my audio?
It looks fine. Like it sounds good. You're. I think you're fine.
All right.
I got a little
So
layer going on mine, but oh well.
yeah.
For my
Hey, no, you're looking good. So yesterday, Justin, our Dolphins took care of business like they had to. They had to come out. Yes, it was a team that they were supposed to win, but they left little doubt. You're not they've done what you wanted all year long. I know sometimes you weren't gaining big yards on the running plays, but we just kept at it. We just kept on pounding the ball and even down in the red zone. They were stuffed a couple times on first and second down. I'm like, oh boy, this is what we want. And we're gonna but yet they still ran it on third down and Mozart gets it into the end zone. So I'm sure that I was thinking of you because that's what you've been saying all year. Just keep it going.
Yeah, I can see what he's saying now. Yeah, you do sound a little muffled, and maybe it's just the living room or the reception or whatever. It's you can still hear what you're saying. It's just not the best quality.
I got out of my little new studio because my son came back from
Yeah,
college.
the closer you get, the better it sounds.
All right, yeah.
But I
Okay.
was gonna say, yeah. I mean, did they run for a lot of yards per clip yesterday? No, but that's not what it's about. It's about running the ball in the right situations and not throwing passes in those situations, but yet running the ball. And I feel that they did that somewhat yesterday. Did they do it enough? No, not quite. They're still chucking it around, but I don't know, man. I thought Tua played a pretty damn good football game. He missed
I know that pass to Waddle, that
four
pass to
passes,
long.
bro. Yeah, but everybody did. It doesn't matter what you say because all the people, even on your show, they're going to come in here and they're going to extend the goalposts again and they're going to move it again. And then they're going to be like, but it was versus the Jets. The Jets have one of the better defenses in the NFL. They have some of the better corners in the NFL, but they were hurt. See what I'm saying? It's always going to be this moving the goalposts for Tua. And it's never going to be like, oh, he's a good quarterback. Let me give him his due and admit that I'm wrong again. Like, you just gotta admit your faults. The dude's a good quarterback. He missed 4 passes all day. I mean, it was almost a perfect passer rating. You're gonna get people saying that he's no good athletically. He doesn't make no plays outside of the box. That's not his forte, but he's getting better at it. I don't know, man. I thought he played a good game yesterday. When he was put in the situations he needed to, he made plays. Smythe made some nice catches. Barrios made some nice plays, nice punt returns. It was
Yes,
a
he
team
did.
win. All in all, it was a team win. They didn't allow no points, 0 points by the Jets The defense played good, looked pretty good. The only thing I will kind of critique a little bit, and it's more of McDaniel. I don't like it in the fourth quarter how you have Tua in the game, how you have Armstead in the game, how you have
Well,
Raheem
they
in the
did have Mike right in the game at the end, though, so
yeah.
we give
Just go
them
ahead
that
and pull
much.
those guys right out of the game. We're up 30-0 at that point, whatever the score was. You don't need them in there no more. Put the backups in because I need to see backups.
Hey, does this sound a little better? I changed my audio a little bit.
Yeah, perfect. There you go. Sounds pretty good.
Okay. All right. It's like I'm in a new space, so all the settings got changed on me here. So, but yeah,
that sounds a
overall, it was
lot better.
okay, good. All right. Because, like I said, when you get kicked out when the sun comes back, I should have made him sleep on the couch so I could be in the normal.
So
All right. So that,
you
okay.
could get your normal spot in.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, overall, it was a great game yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Yes, Michael K. I would give your team kudos. They put a beat down on the Dallas Cowboys yesterday. So your Buffalo Bills looked like they were
I thought it
really
was going to
good.
go the other way, Michael. I thought Dallas was going to hand it to you guys, but man, you guys played a hell of a great game, and I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Buffalo looks scary. Like if they make the playoffs, don't nobody want to play that team.
Yeah, no, they're playing well. Let's see what Miss Finns. If Miss Finns is on here, sorry I missed her show. Woke up like, hey, no problem, Duff and Don. I'm sure you can go watch your show on the flip side. Back it up, Finn's podcast, guys. Check out his channel. He helped make me notice a mistake on a show I have coming up tonight and one of my spellings. So a big kudos to Back It Up Ben's podcast for helping me out. That's what the Dolphin fans community does. They help each other out. So Justin, were you able to watch the whole game yesterday? I know you are, of course. You
Yeah, I want
always
to give
do.
a shout out to Pamela. Pammy, she streamed it on her channel on Facebook. She's awesome, man. I go there when it's like my go-to when we're not on national TV. That way I don't
Yeah.
got to pay that big buck to the to YouTube there.
Yeah.
That way I save a little bit of my hard-earned money. But I give her a big shout out. She does such a great job, even when she's having problems in her own life and her own family. She still does this for the Dolphins community. So I want to give her a big thumbs up and a big shout out.
All right.
Yeah, I
Sounds good.
watched the entire game. It was something like I was into the entire game, every snap, every play. So
No, it was great. And Bromo, I didn't get to listen to yesterday because I was at the game. But I know a lot of people are saying he's not very good anymore. He was getting all the flowers just a couple seasons ago. Everyone's saying he's like the best commentator in football. And now, in a couple seasons later, people hate him. And I know he does have
lost it,
some
man.
he does have some man crushes, I hear, but that's but it is what it is. Let's see. My only critique is Wilton needs to play attention instead of celebrating on that almost sailor TD and Jones. Knock the ball out, don't intercept it. Hey,
Oh man, that play right there. I know. I think he's the one where Zach almost scored. If he just stays on his feet right there, that's a touchdown. But
yeah,
what my boy Zach is coming through, man. I'm telling you, dude, he's been playing lights out. He's one of the better players we have on our football team. I know G-Man's like somewhere. I know. I hope he comes in here. But he's like, we don't got no great players, man. They played pretty great yesterday. Wilkins was pretty damn good, and oh man, Chubb, he was all over the place, dude.
no, Chubb. Hey, Chubb. He got a lot of critiques last week, a lot of bashing. He said it himself that he knew when they asked him after the game. I just saw his interview, and he said, "Hey, I made a stupid penalty that cost us last week, so I had to bounce back." And he did, man. He went out there, he bounced back, forced fumbles. He was killing them out there, and
Yeah, he's playing really good.
we almost saw a funeral for Zach Wilson. I don't want any, I don't want any. I never wish injury upon anyone, but that one when they had him low and then Wilkins, Chubb just came and cleaned him up and caused that fumble. I mean, man, they almost decapitated
he hit him hard. He hit him hard right there. I think there's some things going on with the team that we're not talking about and we're not seeing because of the optics that are being given up on it. But I think there's some issues going on with some of the players right now. Number one, I think there's something going on with Austin Jackson. Number two, I guarantee you there's something going on with Andrew Van Ginkel. I think both of those guys are nursing injuries that are.
Yeah, Austin Jackson was hurt in the last play of that game last week, and They say it's an oblique injury, but he's battled through it. So hopefully, this is it, man. We got a banged up offensive line, unfortunately. Hopefully we get Hunt back, and Armstead was back, so that's good. But we're not getting Connor Williams back. We're not getting Isaiah Wynn back. So we got to deal with what we've been dealt with. Hopefully Austin Jackson can keep on going out there and battling through his injuries, because they did say on the Joe Rosso this morning that he's battling a
That shit really
injury.
depends on what your fancy is. If you want to line up like I do and pound it in between the tackles, you want to all of a sudden you want to see a rejuvenated career for the Jonathan Harrison kid, because that's his game. He's a power gap guy. And then someone like the Chase and Hines is a power gap kind of a guy. They have two that are kind of hidden on the team right there that are more power gap than outside zone scheme. And maybe they're down the line thinking maybe they have to rely on something like that. I don't know. But I think the Matt Skura would be a better scheme fit as far as looking for somebody to help you play down low. Yeah, I heard the same thing on that Omar and Alan Poupar show where he said he's seen him limping in, but he also said that could just be my visual, not seeing things right.
Yeah, but he did say he had a big bruise on his hamstring. That he says there's a huge bruise on his hamstring. So
no, I get it. I really do. Like, trust me, man. Me and you are like old men right now. So I woke up with some back pain yesterday, right? But I'll tell you what, if I had to play a game, I'd have been like, give me a shot in my back. I'll go out there. I'll, bleep them up, and then we'll come back and we'll take care of that later. Because I'll be honest with you, sometimes that's just what it takes. If you're hurt, like everybody right now in the NFL, I'm sorry to tell you, is they're hurt. Like, and there's a big difference between being hurt and being injured. Connor Williams, Jalen Phillips, they're obviously injured. Everybody else is just hurt and dealing with nagging injuries. That's the NFL.
So yesterday, do you think the Bills gave a blueprint on how to beat Dallas, is pound the rock at them, so you think that should be in our game plan?
Absolutely. Absolutely, they showed you the DNA to beat that team. Is you pound the rock right at them, run right at the linebackers, get your linebackers to the second level. Don't be hesitant even to run right at number 11, right at Parsons. Just run right at him. And then when you get a chance to take some shots deep here and there, you do it. You make some good, efficient passes. As long as we can block like we blocked yesterday, which wasn't the best. It wasn't bad though. But what you're dealing with. You got a makeshift offensive line going in there right now. If they could get Hunt back, I think they'll be playing a little bit better. I haven't really got a chance to look at too much of the all 22 or the film yet. I'm waiting for it to pop out, and then I'm going to take a look. But I thought Liam Eichenberg actually played a decent damn game.
They gave him a game ball, and he went out there being hurt.
He's dealing with a calf injury right now, and he didn't practice all of last week, and then came in there and did that. I got to give him my shout out. He's played pretty damn good, and he played against – wasn't Quinn Williams playing in the game, right? Because I didn't hear his name called not one time.
No, hey, you're right, man. The Dolphins took care of that line with our backup line. Like I say, it doesn't get any easier going, so I'm not giving flowers yet, but I'm confident that we can bounce back.
It is what it is. I seen something. I think Joe Shad put it out there just yesterday, but if we win out, we'll be the top seed. If we
can. But that's a big if. But now G-Man's in the house.
Dog? You should get in here and let's talk some football, G-Man.
I'll drop the link in a few. But hey, no, for sure. Yesterday, finally started getting that bad taste of that Tennessee loss out of the mouth. That's what we needed as fans, because in years past, we let one loss like that become two losses. And this year, we got it out of the system. We said, okay, we're not going to let one defeat morph us into 4 or 5 losses in a row. We're just going to bounce back, come to take care of business. We can't go back in the DeLorean time machine. That game's gone. So you just got to go forward, move forward, and that's what the Dolphins did. People would say it's not a sexy team that they beat, but it was still a team on the schedule that they had to beat to keep their season alive. Because let's face it, if they lose yesterday, the whole season's in dismay.
I mean, it definitely doesn't come down to something into an effect of like who you play, especially like I think the end of the Bills schedule doesn't look that hard, or someone's playing the Chargers, or there's a lot of teams out there that got a lot of easy games coming up. Oh, gee, man, big win, guys, but the JV portion of the schedule is over. Only good teams from here on out. Bro, get in here. Let's chop it up. Let's wrap, bro. You're too hard on that football team that just blanked up a decent defensive team. You know, we were at home, but this is our part of the schedule. Like they say, you only play who's on your schedule, bro. You don't get to make up who you play and who you don't. And, yeah, we've lost to the good teams, but we've beat the ones I guess we're supposed to beat besides Tennessee. But I'm going to be honest with the Tennessee game, man. I was upset when it happened. But then after that, I was thinking, like, every team has a game like that in the season that it's a stinker, and it's not like we got blown out by like how Dallas got blown out by the Niners, or like how anybody's gotten like how Buffalo handed it to Dallas last night. We didn't get blown out like that. Well, maybe Buffalo did that to us, but at least we scored some points in the process. Honestly, dude, we've been in every game we've played this season besides that first Buffalo game. Now we should be looking to this a little bit more positively, and that means that the game for Buffalo is going to be at home. I particularly don't think that – I know that the Ravens are the odds-on favorite, and even myself, look, I just went and I even just now before I got on the show, placed a bet on the Ravens. Hey, I'm guilty too. But I'll be honest with you, they're the odds-on favorites, but I don't think they're as good as everybody makes them out to be. I think they can be beaten just like anybody. They can be handed. Anyone can lead.
No, but Jacksonville basically handed them some footballs last night. Like Trevor Lawrence going to a slide and he forgets to hold on to the football. No one even touched him. He fumbles, and then they get a big play right at the end of the first half. But instead of spiking the ball, they try to get another play off, and the clock dies on them. So just sometimes the Jaguars were helping out the Ravens last night.
Yeah,
but
it's crazy.
The Ravens are a good team, though. There's just not
good.
It's not going to be a tough team walking into Baltimore. It's going to be tough. But we got Dallas this week. We're going to have an angry Dallas team. It seems like every time Miami plays one of the good teams, they're coming off a loss. Yes, it's happened every time this year. And now we're playing them coming off a loss.
I'll be honest with you. They don't play the same when they go anywhere. I don't care where they go. They're not the same team if they're not at home. They're not the same.
Yep. No,
I think the Dolphins can beat them, dude. If they play like they played yesterday, we're gonna take it to them. And you can't shy away from a game like this. You can't be like, okay, Tyreek, you're back. Tyreek, waddle, all these passes everywhere. I don't want to do that. I want to run. Yeah. I still think, and I'm still in the favor and in the boat of running the football is going to win or lose us everything we want.
And they stuck with the running game yesterday. It wasn't always pretty. Their yard per carry wasn't that great, but it was
it wasn't.
Yeah, but it was efficient. He ran it when we had to. We got touchdowns via the running game, and it was so much
just like it is, bro. They called the running game, and the runs right there were dialed up when they needed to. When you needed to call a run yesterday, you called up a run yesterday, pretty much. And I like that. I don't want to pass the ball in short yardage situations unless Tua makes an audible at the line because he sees they're all bunched up and he's got Tyreek one-on-one on a quick out. Something like that the percentage of it is super, super high of you to pick up. I want to call high percentage plays.
Hey, I'm dropping the link, G-Man, but try to keep it kind of on a positive.
I'll be right back, bro.
All right, no problem. Hey, G-Man, try to keep it as positive as possible. We had a whole week of complaining about the bad. Let's talk about the good today. We're coming off a victory Monday, guys, and that's what I want to talk about because we had a whole week talking about that ugly game last week. Time to talk positive on our Miami Dolphins. One narrative is going to have to get changed this week because the Cowboys and the Dolphins both have a narrative. The narrative for the Cowboys is they can't beat big teams on the road. The narrative for the Dolphins is we just can't beat a team with a winning record. So one of those narratives this week will have to come to cease and desist. And I'm thinking it's going to be our Miami Dolphins putting that narrative to rest, that we can't beat a good team, that we're not a good December team. I mean, though we've gotten a couple wins in December, people are pointing out who we've played. So it doesn't matter. This week, Hard Rock, close out this 3-game homestand we've had with a victory, finish a stand at 2-1, and things will be looking up in Miami Dolphins land. Let's just go out there, play our game. Got an angry Cowboys team coming that just got humbled on national TV in the afternoon yesterday, and they're going to be coming down here. There's going to be no snow and rain down here, so they're going to come in cocky thinking they just had a bad weather game. Come on, Miami. This is a time to show your mantle. This is how you were built for, right? Justin, it's time to get those wins.
It's definitely time to get those wins. And you know what? In a perfect world, in a very perfect world, it'd be great to go ahead and beat Dallas, go to the Ravens, beat them, come back home and beat the Bills and get the first seed. That's exactly going to be the plan. I guarantee you it's going to be the plan. Yeah. What they need to ask themselves, though, is it worth it? Like, or if you put all hands on deck and you end up losing some players during this next 3 games, you got to ask yourself that. If we were to cost ourselves one of these games in the next 3, in my opinion, it needs to be the Dallas game because it's an NFC.
And no, of course, if you're going to, I mean, you want to win them all. I know where you're coming from. But if you're going to lose one, that's the one that next game. Right. That's the one you can suffer
like
through.
The next game you play after that to the Ravens, that's going to be for the number 1 seed right there. Whoever wins that game is going to get the top seed, in my opinion.
If we can beat Dallas, though. If we lose to Dallas, then it's not
but that's not true. That's not true because then the Ravens could go out there and cost themselves a game, and you could be in the same exact spot.
Yeah. So, hey, good morning. I know you can't ever assume, but yeah, Buffalo definitely has. They got past the harder part of their schedule. They're down to their JV portion.
They're playing great football,
and then I think us the final week. But
did you watch that game? Because the game they actually ran the ball. James Cook had 174 yards. They're running the ball. Like, they had a couple plays in that game, drives in that game where I was like, oh, I want to call plays like that, like where they ran the ball like 7 times out of their 10 plays. That's how I want to call drives.
Yeah, and Dad Dean, of course you're welcome. I dropped the link, so if you saw, I would drop the link again. Same for you, G man. I hope I didn't scare G man. G man wanted me to drop the link. I hope I didn't scare him away. I was just trying to tell him. I just want to. A little bit about
Let
being
him come
positive.
in and say what he wants to say, bro. It's all good. I was gonna say
I like positivity. After we had a whole week of negativity on the network last week.
Just telling you what he thinks from what he's in his mind.
I know. I'm just teasing him, man. I know.
I'll tell you one thing I seen yesterday, and I know some people are gonna come like that one dude you had in here was like, "Let me tell my opinion, sir. You had your chance." Like that dude, he doesn't like Tua at all. But yeah, he won't come in here at all and talk. I bet you today. But I was going to say, Tua had some plays on there that were sexy, man. Like the one play where he looked downfield. He might even have open receivers, but something told him he didn't like it. And he gave himself up on the play. He went down, gave himself up. Man, I sent him a message last year. I was like, that's what you got to do, bro. When someone's 300-pounder dude's coming at you, just give yourself up on the play. No,
that's good. That's smart.
Live to fight another down. He did that twice yesterday during the game. That's a sign of growth, in my opinion. He missed 4 passes during the game. So everybody was knocking the dude last week, being like, that dude's not the answer. That dude sucks. We need another guy. Where are you at this week? How are you going to extend the goalposts this week? Let me see what you got.
Who, me? Okay.
All of y'all. All of y'all.
Okay, but anyway, before we get into all of that, let me do some housekeeping. Guys, hit those thumbs up for my channel.
I know it's coming.
If you're new to the channel, tackle that subscribe button. So let's see. This is probably going to be. Go ahead, G-Man.
What do you want to know again, Justin?
I want to know how, and I'm not talking just about you specifically, but I know he's not your cup of tea. We might not agree on the quarterback, but I want to know how everybody this week is going to extend the goalposts again for the quarterback who had a damn near perfect game.
No, he played well yesterday, but we got to remember.
Oh, here we go. But what?
Okay, let him talk, Jim. Let him talk, Justin.
It always matters who you do it against. Like yesterday, Bradley Chubb looked like Lawrence Taylor yesterday.
Nope.
But will he look like Lawrence Taylor against Baltimore?
I don't know. I have no clue, bro. I'll be honest with you. I hate that narrative, though. Like, but it was against this guy. Here you go again, moving the goalposts, bro. No. Don't move the goalposts. Just take the optics for what you just saw.
No. Jets are bad.
They got a good defense. I disagree. They've won 5 games in the NFL.
It doesn't matter what I say. Now we're going to find out who the Dolphins really are.
In these next 3 games, yeah, you will.
And the playoffs. No more bunnies after this. No more bunnies.
No, for sure. That's what we're seeing. Hey, sir, I don't know who you are, but the one that says something negative about Tua here, it says Tua beats dog teams. I'm assuming it's Michael K, but who knows?
He beats teams that are in the NFL. So I'll be honest.
I wouldn't say it's negative as much as it is the truth. Who has Tua beaten aside from the Ravens last year? I can't even speak.
So
Tua's agent speaking over me.
Sir?
Are you Tua's agent?
Okay, let him talk.
Are you a Dolphins fan?
No, I'm a supporter. I'm not a fanatic.
Oh God, get rid.
He keeps talking over me. Mouse,
okay, go ahead,
can you have some
Jordan.
respect?
I recognize your voice, Jordan, but normally you're a little more positive, Jordan.
No. I'm a realist. Okay, for 23 years, I've watched a team that hasn't won a playoff game. Just hear me out. This is why I'm negative. For 23 years.
Okay,
we're almost going for 2.5 decades.
Because we want positivity. Jordan, try to just be a little more positive. We won.
I want Tua to go out there and to play well against Dallas. Okay, that has a good team. They played awful yesterday against Buffalo. That's all I want. That's what G-Man wants.
It still won't be good enough for you.
Thank you, Jordan. I'm going to let you go, Jordan, because I just want positive today. I don't want the
goalposts. See, like I tried to tell you, Rob. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, you go out there and win the Super Bowl, and someone's gonna be like, "But he's still brown, but he's still left-handed."
Okay, Justin. Now don't get silly, Justin. Okay, let's see. Dad,
it's true, bro. That's not silly. That's facts. I'm pointing out to you. Someone's still not gonna be happy because they didn't win with their guy.
If Tua wins the Super Bowl, I'll run around naked outside jumping for joy. But I got you.
All right, Dad Dean. Can you bring some positivity into the room?
Listen, me was good. My point is, for the 5th pick in the draft, he ain't great.
You don't know that yet.
I hope
it's
I'm
too
wrong.
early to say anything to be like, well, he's okay. Well, we don't know nothing yet, man. Like, this is his 2nd year in an offense that he's comfortable with, in the same offense, with the same offensive line.
I think he's good. I do think he's good, but I don't see greatness yet.
I'm not going to say he's great. I'm right there with you. But when it comes to other guys on our team, like the other day, you were like, we got no great players. So Jalen Ramsey's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, huh?
I said he didn't draft great players with all those picks he had. He drafted a lot
of what I heard. I heard we don't have no great players. Well, Jalen Ramsey's a first
guys, I'm out. Let me get Dad Dean in here for a minute. Bring cooler heads. Dad Dean, how are you this morning?
This is great.
Good. I'm doing fine. I think we got off the Tyreek dependency yesterday. What do you think?
Yes.
Waddle and then Mostert. We ran the ball. And the defense. Man, that was a great game yesterday. I think
because Kansas City, they thought that Mahomes was being forced to throw to Tyreek too much. Then they got rid of Tyreek. They spread the ball around. They still won a Super Bowl. But I'm not saying I don't want Tyreek, but there's something to that. You can't force feed him.
Exactly. And now the narrative of getting 2,000 yards is not in play anymore.
Who cares?
So, I know. I don't care.
I want a championship. You know, the Lombardi Trophy.
That's what I want.
Exactly.
It's the only thing I want.
Exactly.
That's all I want.
That's why I was so happy yesterday that Waddle actually caught the 142 yards and a touchdown. That was awesome.
What'd you think about that pass? That pass was crisp, man. Right?
Oh, yeah, it was
dude didn't break stride.
There. Man, that was such a good thing for Waddle. You know, that Tyreek was out, and I think his confidence got way up there now.
I do too. Hey, did you guys happen to catch Tua after the touchdown pass? Did anybody?
Yeah, I am the Tiger, man. I the Tiger.
After he cut through the touchdown pass, he looked up in the sky, looked all at the fans, and everybody was like this. What do you think he's saying right there, bro?
Okay.
Because you know what? You know what you got to do? You know what he said? I'll tell you what he said. He said, those loud mouths, you got to hit them with the wide hawk.
Bro.
Hey, wait,
I need to say one more thing about the offensive line.
yes.
I was really worried. I'm still kind of worried about the offensive line, but you got to give it to Tua. I mean, with that offensive line scraps out there, he played awesome.
Yep, he made them look a lot better than they really are.
Exactly. You got to give Tua the flowers on this one yesterday.
No one's going to give him his flowers, bro. They're just going to keep moving the goalposts until he wins a Super Bowl. Then they'll be like, okay, now he's okay.
That's okay. That just motivates the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Let them be the underdogs. Let them be the underdogs.
I think Tua likes it too, man. I think Tua likes this kind of edge. Likes to play.
All right, guys, let me bring Dolphin Don here real quick since I'm letting everyone chime in. Dolphin Don, welcome to the show.
Good morning, everybody, man. I feel like hell, but I feel like I got to give you some positivity today.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Well, one of the things that you guys remember when the Buffalo Bills it's just like that. They had that big team meeting. They fired Ken Dorsey. Next thing you know, they're winning everything in sight. That's us right now. I feel like it. I feel like we're going to come into Dallas. Some things that needed to be said got said about, hey, we're not running the ball. Hey, we're being a little too Tyreek needy here. I think some uncomfortable things probably got said. And it might come out in Hard Knocks. I don't know. But I got a lot of confidence going into the Cowboys. And yeah, I saw the eye of the tiger for the first time this whole freaking season in Tua. When he made that pass to Waddle, man, you could see he's like, yeah, what you got to say now, Yeah.
I love it, dude. It was so sweet. I was like, man, I want to make a video over this thing, dog. Like,
that's the eye of the tiger, man.
Yeah, bro. It was good, dude. I agree with what he just said. It was 1,000%. It was epic.
What I have to say now is do it next week and the week after and the week after.
I hear you, bro. But you can't just keep being like, they suck. Like, they don't suck.
I don't think he's. I think
hard,
he's just,
bro.
I think
next
he's
week
jaded.
is gonna be hard, bro. And like what I thought right after the game, I'll tell you guys all right now. Right after the game, I was like, the playoffs start right now. Whether we have to play 5 games, whether we have to play 6, the playoffs start right now.
Yep.
And you know what? How many times watching that Baltimore game did you say, well, Trevor Lawrence, if Tua was there, he would have made that pass?
I said it to myself like 5, 6, 7 times, bro.
Me too. Me too.
And I'll be honest with you, Baltimore, dude, they can be beat. You just got to run right at them.
Which right at them.
Trevor Lawrence did not show well last night. We talked about Tua not showing well in prime time last week. People have to say Lawrence did not show well in prime time last night when the lights turned on. He did not look like that guy that we all thought was going to be like a franchise.
He's still no good, Rob. He's still not that guy.
All right, Justin, you get your point. We know where you stand, Justin. We know where you stand. So, man,
I can't help it, bro. It's like,
what positive can you get? I'm trying to get a positive, guys, because this is a victory Monday, so the whole intent of the show was to get
happy,
that,
bro. 30-0.
You are.
Positivity.
You're assuming happiness, but man, so. How many great players in your definition? Who's great? I know you think Tyreek, Ramsey are great. Who else?
Well, Ramsey's been here 5 minutes, but after that, that's it. Like DHS, it.
Wow. He's still a great player, though.
Who?
Ramsey.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how they got here. So
I've been here for 5 minutes. Yes,
but he's still a great player. That's not the point.
Okay, but we need more than that. We need more than 2 great players.
But who else is good though? Because who else is good on the
great players here and there, and then some good players, and then some average players. You can't have any like weak ass players, like you know what I mean, like guys taking up roster spots.
Okay, how about Javon Holland? Where does he fall in your?
Nah, he's good. I haven't seen much from him. Have you? That Hail Mary was like, all right. The Jets. I mean, what can you say about the Jets? They didn't tackle him they had 100 yards to tackle, but he's a good player.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of guys that are on our team right now that are so young, you can't say that they're great, but the arrow was definitely up.
I hope so.
Javon Holland, the arrow's definitely up. But if you're asking me what great players do we have, I'd love to answer it because it's Xavier Howard, Jalen Ramsey, Christian Wilkins, Zach Sealer. Don't tell me he's not great, bro. Come on, bro. Look what we got. Where
do you throw Christian Wilkins in there?
I did. Wilkins.
Okay. No, I meant that was for G-Man. Where
yeah,
do you call
Wilkins,
Christian
Sealer,
Wilkins?
Xavier, Ramsey, all are great players. Then you go over to the other side. If he wasn't hurt all the time, but when his level of play is there, Teron Armstead, he's great. Tyreek Hill, and I would say the arrow and the borderline for Waddle is right there, bro. And then I'll go to Mostert as well. That's 9.
So
Okay.
it's really what
A
everyone
Chain, AVG. Come on,
Yeah,
I can keep going on down.
A-Chain.
So it really defines what and great. It's a
The
word
arrow's
that
up on A-Chain. It's too early. We know
great's
like
a hard
but
word to define because
the
we
other
all
guys
have
I just
different
named, in my
opinions on
opinion,
what
are great
great
players.
is. All right. Anyway, so
Maybe
what's
they're
your status?
not great.
G-Man, how about Kristen Wilkins? What's your take on Kristen Wilkins? I just want to get a
He said
barrier
he's
for what you
borderline. He said he's
consider.
not great, but he's almost.
Very, very good, but he's not
Okay.
Simmons or Quinn.
All right. All right. And Jalen Phillips, before he got hurt, you said he was good, not great.
Arrow up.
Good.
Just like Javon, in my opinion.
He doesn't
Yeah.
die games like Bradley Chubb just did, though.
But he
Okay,
but
so
he
where's
could have,
Chubb
bro. He was
off?
just getting started, bro. I'm telling you, he was getting ready to string together some games just like that.
You're ready to crown these guys. I got to see it before I give them the crown.
I'm not crowning him. I'm just telling you who's getting ready to cook.
I know.
And just remember, everyone in the room,
I
we
hope
won
I'm-
30-0 yesterday, and somehow we still get. So I understand the negative. I understand where
Edward,
G-Man
no,
comes
I
from
understand
because
where
G-Man
G-Man-
and me are probably in the same age group. We've seen this rodeo where we do well and then we fall apart. I understand where G-Man. So I think he says no. He says it's based on this year's team. But I think some of his past year fandom comes into it because I know it does for me every so often. Like,
I'm in the
here we
same
go
age
again.
bracket as you are, and that Jordan, he's all mad and upset, and they're battered Dolphins fans that are jaded. I get it. Everyone's seen this before, and we don't want to give our hopes up just to get hurt again. But that's part of being a Dolphins fan. That's why our wives are with us, you guys, because we're so loyal. That's why they went out and got with a Dolphins fan, because they know Dolphins fans are the most loyal in the world.
Yeah, but when you talk about great, look at the players that Shula brought in back in the day. Those were great players. Dwight Stevenson, Marino, Hall of Fame caliber. Do we have Hall of Fame caliber players? I don't know
Yeah,
yet.
you do. You got Tyreek. You got
for sure.
Armstead. You got Xavier Howard. You got Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, bro. I think we're in the same category.
All right, but like I said, we don't
You're
have.
not seeing it right now, G-Man, because it's not over yet. The story's not done.
Yeah,
but I know
the story. The story write itself, guys.
The guy under center isn't great yet.
I could disagree. They're setting a high standard. They want to win a Super Bowl, bro.
They
want to bring a Super Bowl back to the 305. They're gonna prove it. They're gonna go all out and this is Super Bowl or bust, in my opinion, bro. They're gonna go and put everything on the line right now to win it right now.
I don't know, man. They're not healthy though.
I know they're not, but no team is healthy, bro. This is the NFL. Tell me a team right now that's completely healthy.
I'm healthy, Buffalo defense right now, man.
I disagree. They're not completely healthy. They're missing Matt Milano.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Their whole secondary.
Tre'Davious White.
They're playing ball.
They are.
They're missing their best corner.
Yep, and they're missing Tre'Davious White. Yeah, dude, they're playing ball though, so it doesn't. I honestly doesn't think it matters that we're hurt right now. Last year, we went into Buffalo in a playoff game with a third-string quarterback, all third-string linemen, no Raheem Mostert because he broke his hand, and we only lost by 3 points, dude.
We're built for this.
Can win.
We are built for this. Yes.
No, we are.
We can do it, dude. I know we can. I'm gonna hold on to every last hope and thread I have and faith that this team will get it done because that's all I got.
Rob, I want Shula and Marino back, please.
Well, of course, we would love for that to happen.
Yeah.
So of course,
I want pinball back too in the grocery store.
I want Ricky Williams back too.
Hey, Hooked Up Joe, welcome to the house. Hooked Up.
Ricky Williams is better than anybody we got.
Positive energy. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, we won. Did y'all know that?
We won 30-0.
Man, freaking awesome. Not only did we win, we were missing Holland. Then Elliott went out, right? And then X decided to not play, right? And I always miss out on Baker. Like Baker doesn't matter. He kind of matters. So Baker's out too. I'll go ahead and throw him in there, right? And we shut down the Jets.
0.
And the thing about that is that the Jets defense is serious, right? And the only way you're going to shut down the Jets like that is by having our offense stay on the field and do what they need to do to get the job done. And our offense did stay on the field. And you look at our stats, you go, well, we didn't have all that great of stats. Well, we started on the 50-yard line. How much stats are you going to get when you start at the 50-yard line every time, right? We're not going to get 380 yards passing because we didn't need. We didn't need 380 yards.
The facts he's giving you are true, though.
Nobody cares about stats.
And well, a lot of people mention stats.
Every time.
You know what I mean? And that's the point is that the stats don't. Right.
We're not there yet.
We are on the same page.
Nothing. No rings.
I know. All of us are on that same page with the no rings, bro. I know.
But I'm not going to sit here the whole season. No, this is important right here, okay? I'm not going to sit here this whole season and say, I'm not enjoying this season because I don't have a ring yet.
I agree
Until
with
I
him.
get that ring, I'm not going to enjoy the season. Well, you're putting the cart before the horse. I mean, okay, so why don't you just leave and come back next season if you're not even going to bother enjoying this season? I mean, if you're going to sit here and go, well, I hadn't seen enough, and I'm not enjoying it, and hardy, all freaking season. You know what I mean? It's like, man, come on, man. You know?
G-Man, I lost. Oh, no, G-Man's back.
So,
okay.
You know, that's
guys,
two different perspectives. Like, I'm Mr. Overly Hype, and you can call me Homer all day long because that's me. I'm Homer and a half. I'm casual fan, super casual fan. I don't know anything. I watch all the stuff on and do all this stuff, but I don't know anything, right? I'm happy being Homer casual fan, and I'm going to keep doing it. So there it is.
Me too, Joe. Guys, call me Captain
Real quick, guys, I need to do some thumbs up. Like, get those likes. We got a lot of people in here. Make sure you nail that like and subscribe button. But anyway, guys, like I said, yesterday was a complete dismantling of an AFC East opponent. We haven't swept the Patriots and Jets in the same season for a long time. We swept them both. Yes, they're both not great teams this year, but there's been many years they haven't been great teams, and we don't sweep them. And we swept them both. And so that is good stuff. We hadn't shut out a team, lo and behold, since 2020, which was obviously the COVID season, and that happened to be against the Jets too. But, so we have a way to shut down the Jets. But, there are a lot of positives that came out of yesterday.
Oh, tons of them.
Yeah, and the fact that they stuck with running the ball, their yards per carry were way down from what they normally are, and they just stuck with it because
you kept them. You kept their defense honest, man. That was the right game plan to use, seeing what we had. And I'll be honest with you, you could tell the game plan was like the way they called the game was to favor the offensive line because we didn't have Tyreek. I could tell, but Waddle stepped right into that place.
Moser under 3 yards of carry yesterday, but he just kept on pounding.
He just kept on going, and they called him in the right situations in the right time. I feel bad right now. The G-Man fell out. Like, I don't want G-Man to be upset at anybody here on this panel. We love you. We love you, G-Man, but we just don't want you to be so upset about things that aren't in our control right now. We all want the ring, dog. We all want that. But we're going one game at a time.
You're still in there. We know you're mad.
We're just going one game at a time here, trying to do it. And I know where G-Man's at, because in reality, he's like, damn, reality seems saying there's no way we can beat Baltimore and all this. But we're about to find all that stuff out. So we'll find out what we're really made out of, like he said, in these next 3 games. And I think for someone like G-Man, and that's why the cliff is so steep, is because he could buy in all the way. G-Man, I'm glad you're still there, bro. Because if we beat Dallas, and if we beat the Ravens, and then if we beat Buffalo, I think someone like G-Man would be all aboard. Like, let's go. We're gonna go in the playoffs and we're gonna roll them. He'd be excited.
Oh, this is it, man.
But that makes the cliff that much more steeper when you fall off of it. That's all I'm saying. It's like there's no point in it. Let's just roll all the way right now. We got nothing to lose, dude. We're Dolphins fans. I've won one playoff game in 45 years of being a Dolphins fan. So one. That's it. So I'm still gonna buy in. Like, these guys are talking on, have a good time. I'm having a blast watching this team play some pretty good football right now.
No, hey, I like Mike McDaniel yesterday. He told the team, hey, that's a good win. We did what we had to do. No time for silly, though. We got a lot of work to be done.
I like how you said to get sleep.
They finally got the message like, hey, this is time to just get tough. We don't have to worry about planning our celebrations. Let's just get in the end zone, get out of there. kick butt, and that's what the Dolphins did. So Mike McDaniel, kudos to his locker room speech. It wasn't his normal, oh, this is we overcame this, he just basically said, no time to Selly. We overcame, last week's bad game, went out there and won, but no time for Selly. Let's move on to the next week. And that's how they looking at it.
Because he knows this will be the gauntlet part of our schedule right here.
Oh, no, this is tough.
There's no time for sleep for that coaching staff right now. I'll tell you that.
Thank you, Miss Finn's in the house. Miss Finn's in the house, guys. I know you already all do, but just in case you live on another planet and haven't checked out her show, she's on every Monday through Friday mornings, 8 a.m. sharp, always bringing her A game. So, this is it, man. That's why I don't understand. I don't mind differences of opinions. That's what this whole network's for, man. This is our, there's no restriction of speech here, but this is a Victory Monday. So I wanted a little more positive of a flow. So Jordan, I let you go, but not because I don't like you, just because it's time to talk positive about. Because if we would have lost 30-0, I could hear. I would listen to all you guys, and I'd be complaining right along. But we just beat an NFL team 30-0, and we took off the throttle. We could have really pounded them more if we wanted to, but we just took it off the throttle.
Real quick on that subject you're talking about, all right there. And I know G-Man, and he's a realist. He wants to ring it up. And your buddy Jordan, who was just in here, who's not a believer at all. I get it. I understand you're not until you are, though. Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that? So you can be off the train now until we win. And then when we win, I don't want to hear oh, he's the best ever since Marino. I don't even want to hear it. Don't even speak in my direction. So if we win, just know I'm going to be like,
hey, he's still a Dolphins fan, all these guys.
I know, but don't go shitting all over my dude and then we win and be like, oh, he's the best. I don't want to hear that.
Right there, Scotty. Perfect. 4th and 2, and they ran it. That's
what you got to do to win football games.
Yeah.
Right there, what Scotty said. Scotty's always on point. You got to do that. 4th and 2, you run and you got the yardage, bro. That's all that mattered.
Oh, yeah,
and we sweeped. We got double sweep this year too. It was mentioned in chat. Freaking sweep the Jets, sweep the Pats.
Yeah, no,
split
that's
the
what
Bills.
I was saying. Exactly, man.
Just call it split the Bills.
Mr. Courtright, sorry I didn't see you sneak into that room. You said some good comments. Thank you, Mr. Courtright, and I think I've addressed everyone else.
I got a question for everybody.
Shake money. Oh, big fins up to shake money. Hold on, Justin and Ender.
Ender in the house.
Booty Cheeks, Timothy Washington, Jordan, Outback, all you guys, if I missed you, and of course, Miss Fins, you guys all rock. But I just want to make sure I never want to leave any of our team members out there. But Hooked Up Joe, what were you about to say?
Oh, I forgot I was about in here chatting.
No, okay. So
I lost my train of thoughts. Yeah, I'm that old.
Yeah, I know. Dolphin John, you've been quiet for a few. What do you got to say?
Oh, I was just letting everybody have some air. Hey, Miss Fins, turn up here. Come on. But anyway, for me, I just feel like we got the recipe and we've got the attitude going into this Dallas game. Keep pounding the rock. Don't be so Tyreek needy. It feels like Tyreek is Tua's training wheel sometimes. So hey, we've proven that
yesterday could be a good thing that Tyreek sat out because he didn't become dependent on. Now he shows he can waddle, can get it done when needed, and we got and lo and behold, there was Durham Smite sighting catching the football a couple times yesterday. You got more people incorporated, and I love it, and I'm here for it. And I understand the narrative's not going to change until we win these next 3 weeks, or at least go 2-1 over these next 3 weeks, or the narrative's going to be. But today on Victory Monday, I'm enjoying a 30-0 victory over our AFC and my least favorite team of all the teams in the AFC. I've never liked the Jets, so it's extra special to shut them out. 30-0 while I was there in attendance.
Oh, that's great. You were there too with your sons. Rob got a good show. But I got a question for everybody, including you, G-Man, now since you're back. If the defense can continue to play this way, the way they're playing now, and I think that's the 8th game in a row we've had a turnover, I think. And you know what? It was crazy because a couple of weeks ago I went and looked at our turnover ratio and we were like that. And now we turned it over to I think it's like now in a +2. But if the defense can keep playing this way and the offense can somehow, some way put some points up on the board, maybe it isn't 30 some odd points we've been scoring, what do you guys like the chances of us winning some playoff games now?
Oh, it's over the moon now for me.
If you're going to tell me that everybody stays healthy and Baker comes back, then yeah, we can make a run. But the most thing I'm worried about with this team is they can't stay healthy in December. You know what I mean? I mean, Rob, we talked about this before.
No, I know.
They break down late in the year, and then it's too late. You can't get people back in time. The playoffs is like it's here now, and you're gone if you have a bad game.
Yeah, but that's why you have other people on the roster. That's why they went and picked up Calvin Munson. That's why they got other guys on the roster, man. Like, I think next guy has to step up no matter what. They don't have their paycheck signed by the Little Sisters of the Poor League. It's signed by the NFL, so they're in the NFL for a reason. I get what you're saying, but at the same point in time, that's why they play the games. Everybody else is in the same situation we're in. There's not one team that's trying to make a run out there like the Ravens. They lost Andrews. The Cowboys. In fact, Zach Martin went down yesterday during the game. Everybody's dealing with adversity. So the team who deals with adversity the best will be the team who wins it all.
But
They lost Mitchell too. They lost Mitchell last night too. There.
Yeah, Kayvon Mid. Yeah, the rookie running back, the Ravens. Yeah,
but
that's what I'm trying to tell you guys is this isn't over yet.
No,
the story's just now being written.
You could withstand injuries.
It's an NFL story more as much as it is a Dolphin story. It's an NFL story. That
good morning, Irving Figueroa. Thank you. Fins up
Justin,
to all you guys.
You can withstand injuries if they're spread around, but we're having injuries at the same units. Offensive line and secondary are decimated. That's a problem.
I know, but you can't do anything about injuries, bro. There's nothing you can do.
I mean, it's one thing if you have a guy here, a lineman here, a linebacker here, and a DB here. We have them in the same unit, and that's going to really test our depth.
No, I know that's where I agree with you. It's been brutal, G-Man, but like Justin said, nothing you can do about it. They get hurt, they get hurt. But yeah, it is brutal that it all comes.
You're not allowed to get hurt.
And you know what? That's why we got coaches.
You're not allowed to get hurt.
Coaches is the true depth of a team is your coaching staff.
Absolutely.
Parcells said to players, "You're not allowed to get hurt." Or
that's just because they don't want them to get hurt. I hear it. They're not allowed. And that's
not allowed to get hurt. I don't care. I don't want to hear it.
No, you don't want to even hear that word.
No.
That term. But in my coaching experience, I'll be honest with you. I'll be straight up with you. It's always next man up, and you're always thinking about your contingency plan after your star player you got out there.
You can't help the club if you're in the tub.
No, that's for sure. That's an old saying for a reason. You know, they used to say that way back when Don Shula and stuff was the coach, and Joe Rose says it all the time. He always used to tell them, you can't help the club if you're in the tub. But unfortunately, football is still a tough sport. Even if the
Tape it up, let's go.
Players as much as possible, it's still a tough sport. Grown men out there running around cutting on dimes. You're going to tear ligaments. You're going to have things pop. Other grown men wanting to rip your head off right across.
Let's just hope they get healthy at the right time, and we can come in here and make a run, bro. Like you still got.
Connor Williams' injury is probably the most devastating of all the injuries we've had this year. As good as Jalen Phillips has been playing and all that.
Yeah, Connor Williams is the one that's going to hurt.
Episode 1, that was the anchor of our line, and that was a brutal one. No matter what you say, it's a step down after him.
Well, I'll be honest with you, dude. It's time for Liam Eichenberg to put on his big boy pants and start playing big boy games in the NFL. This is it. It's time to crap or get off the pot time, and this is going to be it right here.
Facts.
Liam Eichenberg. Oh God.
It's all what you got, bro. Be glad you got him right now because you got no other healthy bodies down there.
Well, the guy we signed off the street that was ready to watch Netflix when.
To answer your question on the D, I did want to throw in there that I've been more excited about the defense than the offense for the last 3 weeks.
It's carrying this team right now.
The defense, and it isn't even that they're carrying the team. It's because they started so bad. It was the big question. They've been progressively improving. The idea that the Fangio acquisition in the offseason is paying off, and our trajectory has not changed from still continuing to get better. So every game we continue to get better. I get even more excited about our team because everybody's looking at our offense and keeping now we're keeping offensive coordinators up at night too.
Oh yeah,
no,
it's a full team.
They're keeping me up at night.
I don't know who said that, but a good line. I know, but hopefully, G-Man, that we finally get to see what we want from our Miami
Oh,
Dolphins.
I told you guys, I'm really happy. I'm happy that all the bullshit is over. Now let's see what we got. We got 3 tough teams and the playoffs. Now I can really judge this team. I couldn't tell up until now. I think we're pretty good, but I don't know how good.
Okay, yep, that's fair. That's a fair enough assessment. I agree with you on that take. We're going to find out over the next 3 weeks. You've had a great season so far, very good season, but now it's time to put the narrative to rest that we can't beat good teams and that we're not really consistent in December. Yes, we've got a couple December wins, but let's go out there and get a win in December against a team that everyone says is good and great. And you got the Cowboys coming in hungry after getting embarrassed by the Bills yesterday. Then you got the always tough to play Ravens in Baltimore, tough place to play, ugly stadium. I don't really like that stadium. And then you got the Buffalo Bills to close out the season at Hard Rock. So
Our daddies.
Yeah.
And Justin, I wanted to say one thing about the Dallas game. You said that's the game we probably could afford to lose because it's NFC. I agree, but the problem with that is if they lose to Dallas next week, that narrative is going to get so much louder and louder. And I think we need the Dallas game to shut people up like me.
It's always going to be like that, bro. That's why I said the wide mouths. You got to hit them with the wide hawk, and that means you just got to come to play, bro. You got to be ready. And let me ask you this. This season's coming down to a couple things in my eyes, in my opinion. One of them being Liam Eichenberg. I know it's scary to say it, but it's the facts. And the other one being the coaching decisions. This is a coaching decision I'm getting ready to ask you right here because it's a choice. And it's the player's choice, the coaching staff, everybody. Can we get by the next 3 games, knowing we're going basically in playoff battles to get to the top seed, whatever we want to do, all our dreams and aspirations in front of us, with Cotton playing left guard and Robert Jones playing right guard?
I don't think so. We need Hunt back. And is Isaiah Wynn capable of coming back or no?
Nope. Isaiah Wynn, I think that ship has sailed, sir. I want him to come back, but I don't think it's going to happen. But
we're playing some D lines here coming up, guys. We're playing some D lines coming up.
So
yeah,
that
but
means
you guys see Hill and Smythe in there. Okay.
Real quick though, so you would risk Hunt being able to be there for playoffs.
I want
and maybe re-aggravates his injury and we won't be able to have him at all no more. Or do you put him in now to get what you can out of him is basically what I'm asking you. Or do you save him for the playoff run?
My opinion is this. I don't know if you guys agree. We need to get the number 1 seed in order. Remember what I want. We need to get the number 1 seed in order to go to Super Bowl. We got to try to get it any way we can.
So your question would be, is you would put him out there right now because it's all hands on deck?
Yes, because I don't have any confidence.
Man. These last 3 games, it has to be all hands on deck.
Okay, let me ask you this then.
I don't have any confidence going on the road.
Me, Mr. Cotter.
Hold on. Real quick, and I'll let you cook, bro. I was going to say, are you guys okay with losing him for the season after maybe the Ravens game?
The risk you got to take, man.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
You want the number 1 seed, Justin?
Yes, I do.
Are we going to the Super Bowl by playing playoff games on the road? I don't think so.
I don't know.
We got to get that number 1 seed. We got to get that number 1 seed.
Eric Rivera, thank you for dropping in. Irving Figueroa, if I hadn't give you, I know I mentioned
you got, bro? Let's see you cook. You sounded excited.
Cody, thank you, Cody. Cody says, at least now we know we got to do next Sunday, run the ball. Very well said, Cody. And
I think if they lose this game, if they lose the Dallas game, the narrative's going to be so loud, it's going to, the speakers are going to blow.
Okay. So we've had we did last night or yesterday. We had did we have those guys playing? No, we may do against one of the better. I don't know how much the rank. Yeah, and I don't know what rank the Jets are, but we waxed those guys.
Now Dallas.
Why do we want to change things up now? Let this gel, man. Let's go. We can save these guys.
I agree.
Yeah.
One thing about yesterday.
That's all you can do, bro. There is no looking back. You play with what you have and what's available.
This gel. This is gelling right now.
I like Scotty's comment there. He was right, man. We're doing a lot of sacks without blitzing due to a lot of the stunts and stuff.
Those gain twists, those gain stunts up front are really helping, man.
Yeah.
Justin, what will make me feel You know how I would rest those players, Justin, that you were talking about?
How?
Had we beaten some of those good teams on the road during the year, and I knew as a coach, I know we can win in Buffalo. I know we can win in Kansas City. Then I take the chance. But you know what? We didn't win on the road. We looked terrible on the road. We need the home field.
I'm with it,
Amen.
bro. I'm
Let's
with
get
it.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go.
That's what if they had won those games, you know what I'm saying? Put some pelts on the wall, man. The Dolphins don't have any pelts on the wall yet.
Hey, Fins Up guy, make sure you check out Fins Talk Sports Network. Oh, and while I'm doing a plug, I'm going to do a self-plug. Tonight, I'll be back on, but just as a co-host with Courtney. She's a new host. She's going to be the host on a show tonight, 7:30 p.m. So check out our show tonight, 7:30 p.m. And it's going to be her show, and I'm just going to be her co-host.
Yeah, I'd rather have a healthy Tyreek too. I mean, that's what everybody's goal is. But I'll be honest with you, this is offensive line based, man. Like we gotta make a decision. I think G-Man just said what the coaching staff feels the same way. They're just going to put everybody they can out there and try to win right now.
Got to get
the more we can adapt, the less one-dimensional we're going to be.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Hooked Up Joe, go ahead and talk. Hooked Up Joe, you've been quiet.
I was looking at the stats, and even though we did run on those key moments that they were on the fourth down, we only ran the ball like 12 times the whole game, and we threw it 37 times. So even though it looks like we did this ground and pound and like we won the game running the ball because we did it as times we were actually looking at it, really we passed the ball 37 times and ran it 12. So I'm not saying we need to keep throwing the ball. I'm just saying the narrative that we actually ran the ball in that game and that's what run it for us is not really hold true.
I thought Tua only had 24 passing attempts yesterday.
Hold on a second. Am I looking?
Yeah, you're looking at the wrong.
No, and Mike White had 11.
Stats.
Well, I'm still Mike White threw the shit 11 times. How the hell did Mike? No, he threw it. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong.
Yeah, you're looking at the wrong
game. I think Mike White had 2 passes yesterday, and Tua had 24.
We threw it. We ran the ball like 2 times.
We still only ran it 12 times.
Hey guys,
I'm looking at the stats right here. We ran it 12 times. That stat's not incorrect.
No.
Moser
had 15.
Carries.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me look at this. It's saying.
You're looking at the wrong game, my friend.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong freaking team. Okay. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. Okay. We ran the ball like crazy. Okay.
Hooked Up Joe, you're not hooking us up with the right information.
No, I was looking at the wrong thing. I was like, I was so surprised at that. Okay. Yeah. We ran it at least 27 times.
Yeah.
And that was that. Okay, that's more like that was actually the key to victory because people were saying the key to victory was run the ball, and for me, the key to victory was balanced attack. Which is if you run the ball as much, if you have a balanced attack, you ran the ball, right? I mean, realistically, if you're running and passing 50-50, you're running the ball. You're not just passing in a passing game. So absolutely, we had the balanced attack / running the ball as much as we ever do in this game, and we definitely got to keep that up.
Yeah, you do. You got to keep evolving as an offense. Let me throw this out there to you. I know we haven't seen him come back yet. He's designated for return. It'd be the Chris Brooks. What would you think about even Jeff Wilson? Like yesterday, I was like, please give Jeff Wilson the ball and sit Raheem down. And the reason why is because I want to see you start to have defenses have to defend these multiple backs that we have. I want to send a multiple back attack at everybody for the rest of the games we play. A little bit of Raheem, a little bit of Achane, some Jeff Wilson, short yardage goal line. Let's throw Chris Brooks in there. I want to have an attack. I want to have a swagger. I want to be able to throw that at him and then hit him with some Waddle, hit him with some Hill.
And Achane has turf toe, so we need to be kind of not playing him as much as possible. If we can get back Brooks and Wilson and just start doing some stuff with them and have Achane just when the other team is tired and it's the fourth quarter and the other team can hardly breathe and we throw out a fresh Achane,
bring in your closer.
100 more at the end. I mean, we're taking it home at that point.
Agree.
It's all up to the offensive line.
Yeah. No, and the line of scrimmage passes are really just an extension of the running game.
I agree.
So
Yep. Yeah, anything 5 yards and under, in my opinion, on a passing play is like an extension of the running.
Absolutely, Scotty.
Yeah.
Scotty's always spot on.
Justin, I got a question.
That was all good. Anyway, guys, I just looked at the clock, man. It's my time that I normally wrap up. You guys made it fun today, man. And guys, always make sure, guys, hit that thumbs up for me. It really does help. It's free to you. Check my show out tonight. It's not my show. It's actually Courtney's show at 7:30. You would like her. She's a big Miami Dolphins fan. She brings her A game. You're going to have a lot of fun.
G-Man had a question, Rob, real quick. Let him ask.
Okay, G-Man, go ahead and ask that question before I wrap up.
I want to ask Justin an X's and O's question. The game against Baltimore, I think we have the personnel, and can Fangio force Lamar Jackson to make tough throws, which he's not good at, and we have the personnel to do that. That's what we have to do. I don't see him beating us with his arm.
No, that's exactly the game plan would be to me, is it would be to keep the proverbial mouse in the house and force him to be a quarterback. Make him make plays that he's not used to making. Don't let him outside of the box. And have somebody to spy him at all times before he steps up into those B gaps, those A and B gaps, to scramble out of the box. So,
but how come nobody does it? How come nobody does it? You guys having a great year.
We did do it. We did it when we had Boyer. Remember when we brought that zero blitz at him? They didn't know how to handle it.
Oh yeah,
kind of like that, but with some coverage underneath it. So you always have to have coverage that's going to be underneath those blitzes and over top of it. So once you get Javon Holland back, and Deshaun Elliott, you'll really be able to mix it.
All right, that's what I think we could confuse Lamar, is what I'm saying.
I think we're gonna win the game, dude. I think we're gonna win the game. I think we're gonna run the table.
Dallas first, guys. We're
gonna run the table. We're gonna run the table, and we're gonna get the top seed.
I love your positivity, Justin, because last week we were beat down by this team. Good to see you back on the positive side.
Let's go.
The Baltimore game is bigger than Dallas, but my only point is if they somehow get spanked by Dallas, you know what's going to happen on Monday, dude.
I know, dude. You're right. But let me
ask
you
this. Can't beat a good team.
Let me ask you this. What if they lose the game by 3 points or less?
Well, if they play well, then I guess you really can't complain. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just I want to just show that we belong.
What if they lose on a bad call?
Well, yeah, I know, Gene, but Rob said go 2-1. No 2-1. I want 3-0.
Heck, no me 2-1. 3-0. Let's go. That's what I want.
Let's go. Let's get them all. Let's go. I'm with G-Man, dude. Let's just put all hands on deck. Let's get them all. All
right. That's great. Guys, fins up. Hit those thumbs up on the way out. G-Man, as always, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it.
No ring.
Yes, I know you want those rings. I know.
No ring. All right. Bye.
Well, we would never get them, but we can look at the other team. We can look at their rings. But anyway, guys, big fins up. Justin,
we got the stats.
We got the stats.
Yeah. Woo.
Hey, you keep those.
Hey, later, guys.
Bye.
Fins up.
Hey, who last best, baby.
There you go. Thank you again, guys.
Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you want to know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are